on Dark Magical Gaming, and this is my first place Dark Magician deck profile from Paradise Games in Mount Airy, North Carolina, as well as the fourth place finishing deck at Easy Card Gaming in Greensboro. This is just going to be a standard deck profile. If you would like to watch the version of the deck profile with explanations and why I play the cards I do, just check back in this week's episode of the Dark Magician Journey. This is going to be episode number 7 that you're going to be looking for. I will link it in the description below, and that'll give you a little bit more detail as to why I played the cards I played in the chosen ratio. So if you have questions, it might be answered in that video, but if I didn't answer them in that video, definitely feel free to comment. Starting off, we have 2 copies of Dark Magician, 1 copy of Red Eyes Black Dragon, 1 copy of Dark Magician Girl. We have 2 copies of Apprentice Illusion Magician. We have 3 copies of Magician Souls, 3 copies of Magician's Rod, 1 copy of Spellbook Magician of Prophecy, 3 copies of Tenyi Spirit Vishuddha. That rounds off the monsters in the deck. Moving into the hand traps portion, we have 2 copies of Ash Blossom and Joyous Spring, 3 copies of Ghost Bell and Haunted Mansion, and 3 copies of Fantastical Dragon Phantasme. That rounds off all of the monsters, if you can count those as monsters and not trap cards. We have 2 copies of Dark Magical Circle, 3 copies of Soul Servant, 1 copy of Spellbook of Secrets, 1 copy of Spellbook of Knowledge, 1 copy of Sky Striker Mobilize Engage, 1 copy of Sky Striker Mecha Hornet Drones, 1 copy of Instant Fusion, 1 Secrets of Dark Magic, 1 Magicalized Fusion, 1 Red Eyes Fusion, 1 Upstart Goblin, and 1 Called by the Grave. That rounds off the spells. Traps, very simple. 1 copy of Eternal Soul. Going into our extra deck, we have 1 copy of Artemis, the Magistus Moon Maiden, 1 Link Spider, 1 Imduk, the World Chalice Dragon, 2 copies of Predaplant Verde Anaconda, 1 copy of Millennium Eyes Restrict, 2 copies of Red Eyes Dark Dragoon, 1 copy of the Dark Magicians, 1 Sky Striker Ace Kagari, 1 Sky Striker Ace Kaina, 1 Mecha Phantom Beast Draco Sack, 1 Naruto the Moral Leader, 1 Ebon Illusion Magician, and 1 Quintet Magician. That rounds off the extra deck. Going into the side deck, we have 3 copies of Mystical Space Typhoon, 3 copies of Nibiru the Primal Being, 3 copies of Skullmeister, and 3 copies of Drolan Lockbird. We also have 1 copy of Red Reboot, 1 copy of Harpy's Feather Duster, and 1 copy of Dino Wrestler Pankratops. That rounds up the main deck, side deck, and extra deck. Like I stated at the beginning of the video, if you would like the explanations as to why I chose to play the cards I did in the ratios played, please check episode number 7 of the Dark Magician Journey. Or if you would like, please start episode number 1 and watch all the way up to episode number 7. We did a lot of growing with this deck since we first started playing it. So I hope everyone enjoyed the deck profile, and I hope that everyone finds success on their own Dark Magician journey.